It is a picture-perfect Wednesday evening in Clemson, South Carolina, as we get ready for this in-state showdown between the Clemson Tigers and the College of Charleston Cougars. It's the ACC and CAA, and it's coming up next. Hey, everybody, alongside Scott Whitlock, I'm Graham Doty. We're thrilled to be with you. And, Scott, we got two teams playing for the first time ever. What are you looking forward to in this matchup?
If I'm coaching this game on both sides, this is the last dress rehearsal before conference starts. So I'm going to try to execute. I'm going to try to do everything right every time and hope to be in a good position, a good state of mind to go out and play Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Let's touch on impact players. Both of these teams have some of the top freshmen in the country. And for the Cougars, it's the freshman out of Georgia, Conroy, off to a hot start.
Out of Lassiter High School, she's among the country's leaders in stolen bases, not to mention the fact she's hitting .412 with 28 hits already.
And for Clemson on the other side, same situation. True freshman out of Georgia, Pavesi, has been sensational for the Tigers.
Out of Cherokee High School up in Cherokee County, she in north of Atlanta, she can do just about everything. She hits for power, she hits for average, plays in the outfield, can play in the infield. That right there is a softball player.
A look at the lineup tonight for the Cougars. Touching on Langston in that 3 spot. Nearly hitting .450 coming into this game tonight. What do you need to know about the Cougars? They steal a ton of bases. They enter this game 10th in the country in stolen bases. They lead the CAA in stolen bases as well. And the pitcher that they will face for Clemson, it's Abby Dunning, the grad transfer out of Boston College, a Chicago, Illinois native, earns her 5th start of the season.
Yep. She's been a little banged up. Good to see her back out on the mound tonight. They didn't see her over the weekend, but I'm sure she's anxious to have a good outing in preparation of the conference coming up this weekend. Pretty good crowd here tonight.
It really is on a gorgeous Wednesday evening in Clemson, South Carolina. First pitch underway. Outside for ball 1. Hard to believe this is the first meeting ever between these two teams.
You know, I was surprised at that too. I would have never, ever, ever got that correct.
It's down and outside. 2-0 on the freshman Conroy.
Well, you don't want to walk her because if she gets on first, you know she's going to try to go to second because she's got wheels.
Yeah, by far leads the conference in stolen bases and takes ball 3.
In Sunday's game against Mississippi State, Graham, Clemson started the game off with 8 straight balls thrown by the pitcher. It set a really negative tone for the whole day. That's good to see Dunning come back and establish a strike. Maybe make Conroy a little more anxious to swing.
8 in a row is a lot.
Yeah. It was very hard to watch.
That's high and tight for ball 4. So now you have Conroy, who is 6th in the country in stolen bases. She's at first base.
Yeah, she's 17 for 20, and it is my belief that it's not a question of will she try to go. It's just going to be how do they try to get her over there.
So this is as a team. You saw where College of Charleston is, top 10 in the country, and a big reason why Conroy over at first base.
Good to see Dunning get a strike right there. If you're a Clemson fan.
Facing Austin Miller. And now for the first time tonight, Dunning is ahead of Miller here, 0-2.
And you don't want to make a mistake here. You got her buried in the count. You really, really don't want to leave something big and juicy up there in this situation.
So when you have a base runner at first, like Conroy is, how do you handle that as a defense?
Well, I mean, you're aware. Let me put it to you that way. You're very, very much aware. You know, you've got to know, communicate, know who's covering the bag. I would imagine with a left-handed hitter up there, it would be the shortstop responsibility, but we'll see.
It's
But that was a good pitch. Now, it was not a strike, but on an 0-2 count, that was an outstanding pitch.
Miller's from Ohio. Is an Ohio transfer, played 65 games. Flips this in the air. That's out of play. 1-2 it stays.
She's put a lot of bat on the ball in 2 out of the 3 0-2 counts that she's 2 strike counts that she's worked with.
Miller calls for time, so 1-2 count. Outstanding speed at first base, nobody out. That's low and outside, 2-2.
See everybody moving around in the Clemson infield, respecting the speed of Conroy. You ask a question about, what are you thinking, what are you doing? As you can tell, attention is definitely being paid to that young woman out there.
There she goes, and the 2-2 is ripped foul.
That tells you 2 things. They trust her legs and they trust Miller to at least make contact. Because that was hit and run.
Did you like to install the hit and run when you were coaching?
When we could. It was a little bit of a different game. But yeah, back in our day, we did a lot of bunting. And bunting is a lost art in the bat and ball sports nowadays, it seems.
It is.
And there were certain hitters, like your 3-4 hitter or somebody's red hot, you wouldn't take the bat out of their hands. But anybody else, you get the leadoff runner on first, you're going to bunt them over.
2-2, that's over the head of the catcher, Hicks. And the freshman Conroy trots down to second base.
Looked like that time Dunning tried to help that one. Like she tried to get a little bit too much on it. Maybe hung on to it a fraction too long. It was over everybody's head. Now there's an RBI sitting out there. And leadoff walks are always, in baseball or softball, they're poison. I don't know why, I don't know how. I don't have data to back my statement up, but leadoff walks score somehow.
I feel like every head coach is nodding in agreement with you. Ground ball to third. Bro slings it over to first. It's in time to put away Miller for the first out.
That was a very nice play by the freshman Bro at third base. Conroy was originally breaking on that. Bro froze her, actually got her to head back to second base and got the out. That was a very fine job by the young third baseman.
So 1 out and a runner on second base for the catcher Langston, who takes ball 1.
Throwing a lot of pitches.
That was a 12-pitch at bat a moment ago.
Yeah. One of those where I didn't need to shave when it started.
Your first team all mustache, though.
Actually, what this is above my lip is the remnants of a mustache I had when I was a younger man. I just can't bring myself to shave it off.
I'll tell you what, though, you could give me 100 years, and I don't think that would happen.
Because you're young.
There's a strike.
Plus, you're a daddy now. You can't, be scratching up the baby with an old mustache.
Well, I don't want her to reach up and just grab facial hair either. That's not pleasant.
Oh, that can get you attention.
1-2, foul back. So College of Charleston came into this game. They had a midweek game yesterday. They played at Wofford, stayed over there, made the trip over to Clemson today, and then they kick off conference play this weekend, as does Clemson.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech have come in here for 3. I'm working the first 2. They're giving me Sunday off. Got that in my contract.
Day of rest. 1-2 2 here on Langston. Popped up, shallow left field. Johnson underneath it. She makes the catch for the second out.
Very nice job by Dunning. Shallow fly ball. Second out. Now she's a couple of good pitches of getting out of this, but she's got a task ahead of her. Trent's not in the 4-hole without a reason.
Sally Trent, a sophomore. She's out of Maryland. Takes ball 1.
Well, one of the luxuries you have now with 2 outs, if you get behind Trent, you don't necessarily have to pitch to her at all. The on-deck hitter is only hitting 174.
To the shortstop, Chanel plants and fires in time to record the final outs.
That was nifty.
Yes, it was. The shortstop, Kylie Chanel, flashing the leather in her arm to record the final out of the inning. We'll show you the Tiger lineup when we come back.
And that bounce is on purpose.
She leads the Tigers in home runs and RBIs. Clemson leads the ACC in walks coming into this matchup tonight. And this offensive lineup for Clemson, they will face the Purdue transfer in the circle for College of Charleston. It's Jules Raymond with a big opportunity on the road tonight.
Yep, and she, so far, I mean, she's posted a little bit of a disappointing ERA, I'd say, 4.71. But they're looking for her to work a lot for them in the conference play. She's got a tough customer, though, leading off. Brockenbrough for Clemson has got a great eye at the plate.
16 walks. That leads Clemson.
And she transferred in here from Tennessee, where there was really a logjam in the outfield. Showed up here a year ago. This is her second season with the Tigers, and she has been a godsend to them. And she walks on 4 pitches. Is this a new fad or something? Nobody told me.
I think the first one was a 5-pitch walk, but nonetheless, back-to-back walks to start the game. So the leadoff runner is aboard for the Tigers. By the way, our home plate umpire tonight, Cameron Ellison. Thomas Bills, our umpire at second. That gets past Langston. So in the blink of an eye, runner ends up on second base in Brockenbrough.
To quote the great Barra, that's deja vu all over again. We've seen this before.
We sure have. Let's see if there'll be a different outcome here in the bottom half of the first inning. Once College of Charleston got the base runner on second, got 3 consecutive outs, and instead Brockenbrough advances all the way to third base.
Ball got away from the catcher just a little bit. You watch this, it didn't go far, but Brockenbrough was ready. She was moving forward. I don't know if I like her tiptoeing in there when a slide would have been much more in order. But there again, this is the new age.
Did you go feet first, head first?
Feet first on that, because she wasn't trying to avoid anything.
Pavesi, ground ball to first. Purity with a throw home. It's not in time. And Clemson on the board in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Tigers.
Yep. It'll probably go as a fielder's choice in the book, but the main thing is the run did score. They never really had a chance to get Brockenbrough. She hit it sharply right at the first baseman. She had to go to her right, but she, for some reason, decided to try to make a play at the plate where I think she'd have been better served just to swallow it and get the out.
It is a fielder's choice. Pavesi does get credit for an RBI.
Yes.
Well, you talk about manufacturing a run. Walk, wild pitch again, and then a run across.
There's nobody out, so, I mean, if you're Collins in the batter's box, you can think about this as like a leadoff at bat with a runner on base. I don't know what you really would call that, but but it's it's a clean slate. And if you're College of Charleston, you've got to think about it as that too, because there's nothing you can do about that run. That run's gone.
Yeah.
This is damage control time.
That ball hits sharply but foul. It's a 1-2 count on Collins. Sophomore out of Marietta, Georgia. Made the ACC freshman team a season ago.
And she's coming into her own this year. She has really, really been impressive.
It's down and outside, 2-2.
Cameron Ellison behind the plate, veteran umpire. Does a good job everywhere he goes.
John Killian, our umpire at third base, by the way, as that's foul back. 2-2 it remains.
I know we'll get pictures of them later on in the night tonight, but I noticed that Coach John Rittman has selected the Johnny Cash look for a Wednesday night game. Man in black.
All black.
Yeah.
You a Johnny Cash fan?
Yeah, I'd have to say I was.
Bash to right center field. It ricochets off the mid of Conroy all the way to the wall. Pavesi gets waved home. She scores standing up. It's a 2-0 lead for Clemson.
And I would think that would be scored as a run-scoring double.
We'll wait and see. Conroy got to it, but it deflected off of her mitt and then just trickled all the way to the wall.
Well, the runner was scoring all the way. Pavesi was being wound up by the third base coach.
It does go down as a double for Collins, her fourth this season. That's number 20 in her career. And a hot start for Clemson.
And the job doesn't get any easier for Raymond, because now you got to deal with Noller, and behind that is Centron, and they both swing a nice bat, although they're statistically are off to a little bit of a slow start. Noller only hitting 216 and Centron 222, but everybody up here knows that they'll hit before the year's over with.
Pack a lot of power. Noller Jr. out of Fort Myers, Florida. When you look at the Clemson roster, it's a nice mix of upperclassmen, but a lot of talented underclassmen as well.
Yeah, they're freshman and sophomore rich.
Ground ball to first. Peardy taps the bag. There's one out. Runner advances from second to third, and Collins.
That's the exact play that she should have made 3 batters ago. Let the run score, get the out.
A learning experience for the first baseman, Peardy. Centron at the plate, takes it elevated for ball 1. Another one of these sophomores out of Cumming, Georgia.
Centron really was off to a slow start. She raised her batting average 20 points over the weekend, this past weekend. Hit a couple balls really hard. She's too good not to hit, as is Noller.
She was the freshman of the year a season ago in the ACC, also first team all-conference. Maybe starting to turn that corner. Enters tonight's game with a 4-game hitting streak.
Now you're kind of moonlighting on us, aren't you? I mean, you're in town for a couple of different things, aren't you?
It's a busy week in this area, this part of the state. You got obviously Clemson baseball, softball in action. Looks like lacrosse is also in action. SEC women's basketball tournament is in Greenville, South Carolina. So whatever your sport is, there's something going on in Clemson or Greenville.
And I want to kind of brag on my partner here. He is the radio voice of the women's basketball team at Ole Miss. And he'll be working up in Greenville.
Always enjoy coming this time of year. Really tough to beat. Runners on third and first here for Clemson. Here's a hot shot to short. Miller elects to go to second in time for one. Relay throw over, not in time. A run scores. So Sarah Bro makes it a 3-0 lead for Clemson over College of Charleston.
Bro hit it hard. I thought the shortstop might have could have took it by herself, but she was flat-footed. I guess that was the best of the situation. Bro doesn't get down the line as swiftly as some, but she did beat that out easily.
Corey Hicks steps in.
But it doesn't matter what you say about it. Only one hit, but there's 3 runs on that board.
Yeah, he'll take a 3 spot if you're Clemson in the first inning.
Hicks transferred in here from the University of Oklahoma. Playing behind the plate, and she's hit a couple of home runs in the early going this year. 3, she has 3.
Over to third, this ball is fouled off the mitts of Sitterding. So Clemson last weekend, home tournament. 4 games, went 2-2 in those. Only midweek game tonight before Georgia Tech comes to town this weekend. In the air to center field, Bates on the move. She makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Strong start for Clemson. 3 runs on 1 hit, runner left on base. 3-run lead for the Tigers after 1. Maggie Maroka, she was an assistant coach the previous 2 seasons and then was announced as the head coach during the summertime. But she was a part of this program that put a program record 31 wins together last year.
Yeah, but it was a big year for them a year ago, and obviously, I don't know her personally, but obviously her work qualified her to be considered, and I think it was a popular choice.
Yeah, no doubt. As they will get ready for conference play starting this weekend as well. The way that the CAA does it, they have 2 divisions. They break it up north-south. And so College of Charleston will take on Monmouth this weekend at home.
Yeah, you want to play Monmouth at home. That's in New Jersey. You don't want to go to New Jersey this time of year to play softball.
Where's the furthest north you had to go for a game or for a series?
I'm thinking. I'm not ignoring. I'm trying to think. I didn't go that far. I'm trying to remember.
This is hit in the air to center field. Backing up and making the catch, Brockenbrough for the out.
Brockenbrough is so smooth out there, sometimes she's taken for granted. Clemson was blessed with an outstanding center fielder to start the program, Mackenzie Clark.
Yeah.
Then Brockenbrough came in right behind her and just provided continuity. Looked like unbelievable defense out there.
It helps when you don't have to worry about it.
You better believe it. Years and years ago, I had a center fielder by the name of Tracy Britt, and when she was out there in center field, I used to laugh and kid and steal a line I heard when I was a kid. I said, center field is where triples go to die. Because she ran them all down.
1-1 count here on Cannon. Cannon is senior out of Georgia. Nearly 150 career games played for the Cougars. Here's a little flare over the head of Collins. That's down for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Cougars.
That was a little soft serve flip that landed out there between the right fielder, the center fielder, and the second baseman. The entire ballpark has angles of triangles among it to make it up defensively, and sometimes the ball can just fall right in one of those spots as it did there. As you saw.
Bates steps in. By the way, for Collins, got to be, or Cannon rather, confidence booster for her. She was 0 for 11 coming into tonight before picking up that base hit. So now this is Bates. It's got a 1-1 count.
The bottom 4 hitters for the Cougars, all seniors. How about that?
Yeah, you don't see that much anymore, do you?
No, you don't.
Lifted in the air, charging in. Johnson in left field. She tracks it down to secure the first out, or second out.
The observation I made in the early going of the season is Clemson is blessed with about 5 outfielders that can really run and cover some ground and make plays look easier perhaps than they are. Now that was an easy play. But the point is they cover the outfield very well.
Parody, the senior out of Canton, Georgia, takes ball 1. Only 10 at-bats coming into this game tonight. A 2-0 count for Abby Dunning. There's a strike, 2-1.
Her only hit of the season is a double. So she has a bit of power. I think I got that right.
You are correct.
Yeah. Yay me.
Two 2-1. Popped up behind the bag at second. Chanel makes the catch for the final out. So the Cougars record their first hit. They leave a base runner stranded. 3-run lead for Clemson. Back to haunt the Cougars.
I tell you, I don't know what it is about them. The leadoff walks find a way to get around. Now, I know that the Tigers stranded College of Charleston in the top of the first, but the Tigers certainly took advantage of it in their half. As you see Rockenbro maneuver her way around, walk, 2 wild pitches, ground out to the first baseman, 1-0.
8-9-1 for Clemson to begin the bottom of the second. Here's Kylie Chanel. She made that excellent play defensively earlier tonight.
Yeah, that was a whip jump.
Jumps on the first pitch, ground ball to short. Miller can't get to it. Chanel reaches to begin the second.
I personally don't think she had a play if she fielded the ball, but it looked like she was going to come up and throw before she had the ball in the glove. No, it just got by her. I stand corrected. Well, let's see what they can do now down at the bottom of the batting order with a runner on first base and nobody out.
It's Kylie Johnson stepping in. Still no ruling yet if that was a base hit or an error for Chanel. They'll give Chanel a single. This ball is tattooed but out of play.
Out there to the berm. You see there'll be a little bit of a race for it.
Johnson, a junior, out of Florida. This is game number 117 for her in her Clemson career tonight.
And I have to admit, I do not know where Wesley Chapel, Florida is.
Let's Google it. Let's look it up. What's your guess?
Oh, South Florida.
Tampa.
Oh, that's kind of South Florida, middle Florida, I guess.
We'll go with South.
Yes, south of Ocala.
That's high inside. Runner takes off for second. Langston's throw is not in time. So Chanel now on second base. It's her third stolen base of the season.
That looked like a running hit the way. If we get to see it again, if you watch the way Chanel was looking in at the looking in at the batter on that. I think she expected something else to be going on. But she was safe anyway, so she gets a stolen base.
And worked out.
Yeah.
Johnson pops out to the second baseman. That's the first out. And the lineup turns over for Clemson. Here's Brockenbrough. Walk and a run scored tonight.
And she normally is a very, very patient hitter. She makes pitchers work.
Well, the walk earlier, that is now team high 17 walks this season.
Well, that's what you want out of a leadoff hitter.
Yeah. It's down and outside, 2-0.
But Brockenbrough has 3 home runs on the year. So she's sneaky.
8 in her career as well.
And just a tremendous outfielder.
She's been in that leadoff spot every game this season for the Tigers. Take or swing away, 3-0.
She's taken, my guess.
She does, it's a strike.
She's swinging now. Or at least she's open for business if she sees one she likes. Big gap in right center field.
Upstairs, ball 4. Third walk issue tonight.
You also got to think about it. We've not mentioned it yet, but you got to kind of think about what the coaches are thinking about how to use their pitching tonight in terms, because you got big conference weekend coming up in a couple of days. Will you let somebody throw 7? Will you let them only throw 5? Will you only let them throw 4? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds.
Pavesi steps in. 1-1. Is that something as a coach, like, is that just a sense and a feel once the game gets going, or do you have a game plan before?
A lot of times they have it predetermined. It's much like a spring training baseball game. You know, you're going to work this many, you're going to work that. They may not tell the kid,
right,
but they have it figured out. And then sometimes it is a gut. I mean, if you get a big lead, you're going to get them out. I mean, the people that you may use on the weekend, you're going to get them out of the game. But John Rippman will tell you that 3 runs is not a big lead.
Gets away from the catcher Langston just enough. Both runners move up a base. Chanel to third. Brockenbrough on second.
Langston angry with herself. It was in the dirt, but it should have been blocked. It got by her mitt.
That's happened to her twice tonight.
Yes. It was not necessarily a bad hop either.
Good looking cut there by Pavesi, 2-2.
Now I know you haven't seen a lot of her, but Graham, this young woman can hit.
5-game hitting streak coming into tonight, hitting nearly 400.
She is a batter.
Fouled off her foot.
Man, that hurts. You just think horrible thoughts for about 4 seconds.
Just 4?
Yeah. Because then after 4 seconds, it comes back to being PG.
Still hurts though.
Yeah, it still hurt, yeah. But the first 4 seconds are a little bit north of PG. Saying it to themselves, nobody else.
That's a flip foul. Nice battle here.
Yep. See Pavesi in there fouling balls off. Just hoping that Raymond will make a mistake.
This will be pitch number 8 in the at-bat. Elevated, 3-2.
So you're in town along with the Ole Miss basketball team. You're going to work a game on Friday or Saturday?
What's today? So tomorrow for sure, then we'll see what happens.
Oh, so y'all play tomorrow?
Correct.
I thought you had no, there's a play-in tonight.
Correct.
All right, now I know what we're dealing with as we see ball 4. We don't want to get this ball game, let this ball game get in the way of us talking about basketball.
Hey, it's a fun time of year, though.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
This was, whatever you like, there's something going on. As you see, the crowd likes what it sees here. Clemson has the bases loaded.
Well, only one out. You talk about it being a great time of year. I heard somebody talking today as I was driving up listening to a radio show about, I don't, and this was what the host was saying, I don't even like hockey, but for 2 weeks I loved hockey this time of year.
Yeah,
because of the Olympics.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting stuff. And now this time of year, I mean, you got basketball leading into a tournament. You got baseball and softball getting going. I mean, it's a nightmare for the people who produce and do all the work behind the scenes. But it is a great time to be a fan.
Collins steps in with the bases loaded and takes strike 1.
The producers, the directors, the camera crews, the stadium people, the venue people, I mean, they're working their heads off this time of year going crazy. But it's great for the fans.
Check swing, that's off the bat of Collins. It's now 0-2.
And if you're Collins, you got to protect that plate and hope you get one.
She's hitting almost 700 this season when the bases are loaded.
That'll keep a chop.
Oh-2 misses.
And if you're the base runners, you got to be awake because we've already learned that the pitcher Raymond does like to work down, and we also know that the catcher Langston has had trouble negotiating those balls down in the dirt.
Line drive, catch is made for 1 out, throw to second, not in time. So that's a crucial out for the Cougars to record.
That's a huge out. That's a ball not hit very hard right to the second baseman. Little soft liner right there, had a nice arc on it. And
Noller steps in. First time this season she's at the plate when they're loaded. She rolls it to first. Parody grabs it, taps the bag, and the inning is over. So the Cougars survive a bases loaded scare. No runs. After 2, it's a 3-run lead for Clemson. Sierra Manis inherits a 3-run lead, and she leads the Tigers in every category in the circle.
she is definitely, at this moment, the ace of the staff. She's the workhorse of the staff. Transferred in here from USC Upstate, where she had a big year a year ago. She's a South Carolina native from Woodruff, South Carolina, which is up near Spartanburg. And she's been a big help to Coach Rittman and this Tiger team in the early going.
Nine, 1-2 for the Cougars. That's dribble foul.
You asked a question earlier about the pitching rotation. What will the coaches do? I think we now see that Clemson very clearly has a strategy in place of how many pitchers they're going to use tonight.
Bouncing ball up the middle, out of the diving reach of Chanel. Leadoff single.
She didn't hit it hard, but she hit it just in the perfect spot. Look at that. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce. Right up the middle. They don't ask how, but that's a hit in the book.
Again, the Cougars like to run. Top 10 in the country in stolen bases. Lineup turns over.
Yep. Sitterding out there at first base has got 5 stolen bases early goings.
Bunt shown. Snap throw to first, and it hits the base runner.
Oh, she's going to get second base on that. She gets to go down to second base on that because the ball went to the dugout.
Yeah, now she just now realizes it and will head down to second base.
That was an unnecessary throw in my thoughts because the runner was not that far off the bag.
Here's the replay.
That's right here. He's going back. Lucky the ball didn't go down in the right field corner.
Yeah.
But now nobody out, and you got the leadoff hitter up. We know Conroy is off to an excellent start.
One and two on Conroy. She's been the Rookie of the Week twice already this season. It's outside, 2-2.
Maintenance hasn't worked in 5 days, so maybe she's trying to shake a little bit of the rust off right now, get settled in.
With ACC play just days away, too.
Yeah, you would, although I've not talked to anybody and I have no prior knowledge, but you would think she would be the Friday starter.
What are you looking forward to the most in the ACC this season?
I think it's going to be a very, very competitive season schedule this year. Of course, Florida State's going to sit at the top, and they're going to be there if somebody knocks them off. But there's a couple of teams I think is going to have are in a position to have very, very good seasons.
Florida State and Clemson 1-2 preseason. It's fouled away, 2-2 it stays.
I would imagine that somewhere you'll find Duke and North Carolina mentioned, Virginia possibly.
Yeah, Stanford preseason 3rd.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean you got the 2 teams on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Stanford is an awesome program.
Ooh, it sounded like it hit the umpire, 2-2.
Now that got the catcher and the umpire, I believe. Umpire's going to lean over and tell the catcher, don't do that.
Check swing, it's rolled foul. It's a thankless job, right?
Sure is.
Home plate umpire?
Any umpire.
Yeah.
Conroy in 65 at-bats has struck out 8 times on the year. So she knows how to battle when she's in the box.
This is a true freshman. That's high, full count.
I think we established she's from Lassiter High School, which is less than 2 miles from my home.
Three-two. Ricochets off the mid of Manis, picked up by Collins. No throw at any base. So runners home 3rd and 1st for the Cougars.
And nobody out. You watch this, she lined it hard up the middle. In all seriousness, it would have been a tremendous play if Collins would have fielded cleanly and thrown her out. I don't think she possibly could have. That may go as a hit. We'll see, but right now it's an error.
Error on the second baseman, Collins.
Going all the way up the middle on the ball. It's hit sharp.
And it hit the pitcher's mid first.
Yeah, and I don't think she can make a throw if she catches the ball.
This is Miller, drops a bunt. It's a good one. The flip home, it is in time for the outs. Nice play by Manis. Got to it in plenty of time. Shoveled it to Hicks, who applied the tag on Sitterding.
And it is always a plus if the pitcher can fill their position. And Manis did a great job on this squeeze play. First of all, she got fortunate it was bunted sharply to her, but she took her time, got down, fielded the ball, made a great toss to the catcher for the first out.
She had to worry about that bat, too. That bat was spinning right in front of her.
And now there's still runners on first and second and only one out. And we're getting to the meat of the order now for the Cougars.
This is Langston. This is a Cougar team built around speed, not a lot of extra base hits. Just 9 home runs this season coming into this matchup tonight.
Pitch was down and out of the zone.
That's low. 3-1 on Langston.
Manis has labored this entire inning. A lot of 4 and 5 pitch at bats.
3-1. Count is now full.
You going to start the runners?
With 2 outs.
Down three runs. Only 1 out.
Oh, 1 out. Okay. I don't know if I would start them. You're the Hall of Famer.
Well, they run. They're fast. I could see them maybe starting these runners, but they did not.
This ball is foul. So 3-2 it stays on Langston.
The foul ball. Everybody's got to go back now. You can't stay there. You can try. But there we go.
You're the Cougars. This is who you want in the box. Langston leads the team in RBIs. She's been clutch this season as well. She had 3 straight games with a walk-off base hit.
How about that?
She was a conference player of the week that week. Swing and a miss. First strikeout tonight for Clemson pitchers, and now the base runners are in a pickle. Tag applied for the final out of the inning. That's the freshman Conroy. Miscommunication on the bases.
Well, you're going to see that both runners were in motion. Well, no, I checked that. Conroy was in motion, and it pushed the lead runner into movement.
Been with the program since day one. An eventful few days for him. Recently picked up career win number 1,000.
Yes, and I was fortunate enough to be here for it. And as you can see tonight, he's using the Johnny Cash look, dressed all in black. It's, I think, right becoming for him. All
right, I asked you earlier, what's your favorite Johnny Cash song?
Oh boy, that's my era. So. I tell you, I'm a big fan of his last hit, a song called Hurt. But I go all the way back to Ring of Fire, You Walk the Line, I Walk the Line, Folks from Prison Blue. He was an icon. Everybody liked Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
He probably even played in Oxford, Mississippi once.
Well, he was arrested in the state of Mississippi once. Other college town, though.
Yeah. He was a native of Arkansas.
Correct.
You know that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Look at you.
I love Johnny Cash.
Do you?
He's one of my favorites for sure.
He was an icon. He was bigger than life. I saw him live once.
Did you really? Where?
In a fairly intimate setting. A little town called Rome, Georgia. And he was bigger than life.
2-1, popped up, shallow right center field. Second baseman Albany makes the catch. Out number 1.
Clemson left the bases loaded an inning ago. And that's a double-edged sword. It's good you get runners on base, but you do like to get them in.
Yeah, these two teams both in the same boat, and they are 0 for 6 tonight with a runner in scoring position. Sarah Bro steps in.
I really like how she plays. She plays hard, and she is really, really quick as a cat out there playing third base.
Lifts it a mile in the air back to the second baseman who makes the catch.
That was what we used to say, a home run in a silo.
Well, look at her reaction. She knows it too.
Yeah, I guarantee the second baseman did not have fun catching that ball. So it probably went a little bit up, right up near the light, top of the lights, and then came back into view.
Here's Corey Hicks. So Clemson tonight, 3 runs in the first inning. Loaded the bases in the second, but could not cash in. Raymond wanted to call for time there.
Either that or touchdown. Both hands
Still,
went straight up in the air.
4 months to go.
And what's real snappy about that is College of Charleston don't even have a football team.
Looks like she's having issues with the
Yes.
pitch communication.
Yes, that's what I think too.
Yeah.
The head coach just kind of looked and go.
You ever had one of those moments in the dugout? Like, we'll figure it out.
About 6 an inning. Of course, back then we didn't have technology. you know. One of those things you'd kind of chirp out to the catcher. I don't care what you call, just call a strike.
Yeah. Pitching coach is Charlie Crawford. It's a 3-1 count here. That's high for ball 4. So more walks. Raymond has now issued 5 of them.
That I had a pitcher come in as a rookie from the state of Montana years ago, and she proved to be one of our better pitchers we ever had there, a left-hander. When she came in as a freshman, she was so wild that it didn't matter what you called. The catcher literally didn't know what she was going to get.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But like I said, she matured into an all-conference level pitcher. But what she was, though, she was always kind of around the plate. As we see a strike call right there. She was always around the plate, so she was like effectively wild. I mean, nobody knew where it was going.
Right. Bull Durham.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, but she threw strikes, and I mean, it was just so funny because the catchers would come in, and I'd ask them, "What in the world?" Coach, I don't know.
All right, you were in Georgia. How did somebody from Montana end up on your radar?
Well, we got a film on her, and it led to us going to get a look at her, and kind of went from there. She was an interest. She threw hard.
Did you go to Montana? Or
we saw her at a summer ball tournament. No, she was from Lolo, Montana. That's all I'm going to say about Lisa Mackey. I don't want to give her name away.
Outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Raymond here after she retired the first 2 this half inning.
Her nickname was Beaker because she talked just like the Muppet Beaker. I don't know what the Muppet character Beaker sounds like, but that. Yep, that was it. Producer let us know what it was.
Here's Johnson swinging a miss for strike 1. I'm trying to think, would that be a positive thing or a negative thing?
It was a funny thing.
Okay.
She was very well liked by the program. I mean, they were not making fun of her. I just know this, the days that she worked out on the mound, nobody wanted to take live batting practice.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, Lisa, if you're listening or watching, I love you.
1-1. Hot shot to short. Miller has it over to second in time to pick up the final out of the inning. So Clemson still searching for their first base hit tonight with a runner in scoring position, but the Tigers have a 3-run lead after 3. As you see this trio in the circle this season for the Tigers, it's been a recipe for success.
Yeah, they have gotten off to very good starts. Dunning was, like I said, has been a little banged up. And you see that Crosby up there at the top. We may see her later on tonight. I don't know, but Manus is the pitcher that has faced the tougher competition and the one that's really stuck out to me so far.
Sally Trent leading off. She's the cleanup hitter for the Cougars. Cougars entered tonight's game. They have struck out the second most of any team in the CAA, but only 1 strikeout so far tonight. Couple base hits.
Well, you alluded to it, I think, at the onset of the broadcast. This is the first time these two programs have met. So it's, you know, if you're the College of Charleston, you got to be a little juiced about coming in here to play.
Yeah, no doubt.
And, you know, they had a fairly shaky bottom of the first, but other than that, they've done very well.
These two universities about 4 hours apart from each other. College of Charleston, they played all over the state of South Carolina.
Yes, they've been on tour.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Second punch out for Manus.
Got to chase something way down in the. You watch this. This ball was a drop and a half. Oof, and it tailed in too. That was filthy. As you can see on the bug, she throws hard. She pitches around 68, 69 mile an hour, and that's firm. And you make that thing drop, that is hard to hit.
Right back to her in the circle, 2 away. What did you find was more impactful, velocity or movement?
Movement, hitting your spots and changing speeds. If you see right here, she plays a little pepper with the hitter, 1 bounce, gets it over there for the out. But velocity is great, and it's important if you can control it. So work back from that, and just know this: if you can locate your pitches, if you can change speeds, and you can move the ball, if you can pitch in like 3 different planes, either working up, working down, working outside, inside, whatever. If you can movement, location, and the ability to change speeds. And I mean, if you only throw the ball 60 miles an hour and you got a changeup that's 50, I mean, it makes your 60 mile an hour ball look like it's 80. You know, speed is very, very important. The elite pitchers are the pitchers who have velocity and can throw it for strikes, can change speeds, can spot it, all those things. But somebody just being able to throw hard it's fun to look at on the gun, but if they can't throw for strikes, it's not very valuable.
Yeah. Manus looking for a 1-2-3 inning, which hasn't happened tonight. Until now, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Manus. She's got 3 total, and she's really started to settle in nicely. It's a 3-run Clemson lead over the College of Charleston. It's the junior out of Duluth, Georgia, Riley Cutter, and she will face the top of the order for Clemson.
And for those who are geographically challenged, Duluth is just north of Atlanta on I-85 coming up this way. Suburb of Atlanta, maybe about 30 minutes out of town, maybe 40.
You ever get used to the traffic?
You know, believe it or not, where I live, I don't deal with it. That's the truth. I'm north. I'm far enough north of it that I can navigate myself around without ever having to deal with those interstates during rush hour.
Brockenbrough in that leadoff spot has a 1-1 count.
Brockenbrough has, I think, reached both times tonight. Am I right on that? Did I miss
two walks?
Yeah, 2 walks.
Yanks that foul.
But you do not, to answer your question, I guess more accurately, you do not get used to traffic in Atlanta, Georgia. And also you don't get used to highway construction. They've been building that highway system since the 1800s, it seems. Yeah, I'm serious. First traffic jam was like covered wagons.
One, two, that's high.
Brockenbrough very rarely chases. If you haven't picked up on it by now, I'm a huge fan of this player.
Played 60 games at Tennessee. Swing and a miss. That's the first strikeout tonight for Cougar pitcher.
And that's impressive. That's not chopped liver she went up there and got.
Here's Mac Pavesi. She's been aboard twice.
And when she gets a hold of one and turns on it, she can hit him as far as anybody. Now, she's only a freshman. People are still talking about the ball she hit down at the University of Georgia, of how high and long it was to the opposite field, by the way.
Line drive, right field, down for a base hit. A 1-out single for Pavesi.
I'm telling you, she knows what to do with a bat.
Gollet steps in. Look at the difference last year, this season. If you can pinpoint on something, what would you?
Confidence. She's got all the tools, but, you know, last year was not her year to lead this team in terms of leadership in the dugout and the clubhouse. But this year, she's coming into her own, and it all starts with the play on the field. And she's definitely gaining confidence every day. And I really believe that that has so much to do with the progression of young hitters.
You mentioned leadership. What makes leadership and different styles of leadership so valuable?
Well, if you go out and you play hard every day and you produce, you're going to naturally have some types of leadership roles on your shoulders. I mean, and she goes out and does, according to the coaches, she goes out and does it right every day.
That's flipped foul. 3-2 the count on Collins.
And also, one thing that's helped her confidence is playing the same position every day, day in and day out. She was moved around a bit last year, but she's settled in at second base.
In the air, right center field. It's down for a base hit. Pavesi goes first to third, back-to-back singles for Clemson.
Good job of base running by Pavesi and picking up the third base coach with her eyes, because she never hesitated. You watch. Now Collins drives this ball to the gap. She hit it very hard. The center fielder did a great job getting over there and getting it in. But Pavesi, as you saw, she never even hesitated. She was thinking third base and made it easily.
Noller steps in and takes ball one.
Now this is trouble if you're Charleston, College of Charleston, excuse me. And you have got to be aware right now is where you really got to bear down and try to limit any kind of run scoring, because it could get away from you in a hurry here.
Clemson 0 for 7 tonight with runners in scoring position. Noller a chance to change that. Here comes the 2-0.
You got to get around the plate. You got to throw strikes now. 3-0. I mean, I'd be taken all the way, but Noller, who can hit the ball out of the park, she may have the green light here.
She takes 3-1.
Yeah, I think she was taken all the way too, don't you?
Look like it.
Yeah. She'll be open for business on this one. I don't, if it's out of the zone, she'll take it, but if it's in the zone, she's going to be hammering right here.
Look out. Woo. Spins out of the way. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for Clemson. Second time tonight that's happened.
You got the reigning Rookie of the Year coming up to bat. AC Cintron.
Yeah, and the Cougars want to chat about this in the circle.
Real quick while we got this break, I want to say hello to Miss Judy, the mother-in-law of head coach John Rittman. Over the years, I've had the pleasure to get to know her, and she watches all the games from her home out in California. And she yells at me when I don't say hello. Well, that's not true. She yells at John's wife, and John's wife yells at me.
The message gets passed along.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she is watching a good one up to this point. Right now, the Tigers knocking on the door and breaking this one wide open.
This is good, right? I'm quite confident John Rittman told her to only have a real small zone in the batter's box right now and see if this kid can throw a strike in this situation.
Takes, it's 1-1.
So she was taken all the way. Now she's wide open.
Cintron does not have a base hit this year when the bases are loaded. Got 15 home runs in her career. Now in the driver's seat, 2-1.
And she has not gotten to see a lot of good pitches early on in the season, and then she got off to a slow start. But right here's a chance where she could really help this team. Must have been looking for the perfect pitch there. That's something I think is a trap that hitters can fall into. You got to get a good pitch to hit, not the perfect pitch to hit.
2-2. Up and outside, full count. So Pavesi's on third, Collins on second, Noller at first. The 3-2. Ripped to left field. Pavesi is in. Collins gets stopped at third. It's an RBI base hit. And the lead is now 4-0 Clemson over College of Charleston.
Yep, she got a pitch to hit. She participated. It's only a single in the book, but it scores a run, but that is a confidence booster for Macy Cintron. She stayed down on it and drove it, and she was very happy with her work when she reached first base. I can tell you that.
She's starting to heat up. This is now a 5-game hitting streak after that RBI single.
Got a pinch runner who's going to come in and run for Cintron. Looks like it's going to be, trying to see, is that Ava Wilson down there? Yeah, it's number 17, Ava Wilson.
So Wilson, the new runner on first base. Still only one out this inning.
And Ava Wilson is a very good softball player, too, that's just looking for a spot to open up. And she can fly.
Sarah Bro steps in and takes strike one.
So I love that name, Bro. And it's spelled, it's got a Cajun flair to it, a French flair to it. It's B-R-E-A-U-X.
She's from Florida, but
yeah,
you'd think Louisiana, the way that it's spelled. Popped up, foul territory, out of the reach of the catcher, Langston. It's an 0-2 count.
Very fortunate that it hit the backstop.
See the numbers this season for Bro. So Cutter, promising start for her. Checked in the game, struck out the first batter that she faced. And then the next 4 have reached. Hot shot to second. Catch is made for the second out.
Ball hit right at the second baseman. And it was off the end of the bat. It was not hit as hard as you might think it was. Second baseman did a good job of catching the ball and not making an unnecessary throw right there. Now Hicks steps in with 2 outs. And Graham, everybody's going to be running on contact here. Anything in the gap could score 3.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. This is Hicks who takes ball 1. Hicks is hitting .500 this season when the bases are juiced. This ball crushed, but it's foul.
Got where it. Hey, we had a catch on the berm.
Yeah, nice catch.
This is has been a weak spot for the fans of Clemson, is making the play on the berm. And you see, he stays with it, takes him to the ground, but he holds on. Well, that's a nice play out there. Had it all the way, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think his daughter saw him, though. I think her back was turned to him.
It was not that big a deal to her.
2-1 is in there.
That was a nice changeup right there.
Cutter trying to fight out of a bases loaded jam. Here comes the 2-2.
Well, pretty well down to it now. Everybody's going to be going. If you're that runner at third base, stay in foul territory and take yourself a very lazy lead. You don't want to run into one.
3-2. Just got a piece of it. Is that the changeup again? All right, so Hicks has seen it twice. Go back to the well or shake it up?
Well, I'd throw whatever pitch I can throw for a strike.
3-2 popped up out of play.
That was not the changeup. The pitchers are talking an awful lot to whoever's calling the game in the dugout of College of Charleston. Don't seem to be quite on the same page.
3-2. This is a fair ball. Sitterding makes the play for the final out.
And that was a fine play by the third baseman.
Yes, it was. Clemson has the bases loaded, only able to get a run out of it. 4-run lead. Dart scoring 3 runs in that opening inning. They got helped out by a couple of fielders' choices. The big hit, this double by Collins that drove in a run. Here is the second fielder's choice. At that point, made it a 3-0 lead. And then in the fourth, Clemson able to scratch another run across thanks to Cintron, an RBI single to left field. Was able to plate in Collins, and at that point made it a 4-0 lead. So Raymond got the start in the circle for the Cougars with the first 3 innings, and Manis has pitched the last 2 in the circle for Clemson.
Yes, and we didn't note, but Cintron's run-scoring single was a hit with a runner in scoring position for the Tigers, which is, I think, their first and only of the night.
1 for 10. So bottom portion of the lineup. This is Bates leading off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out. So sticking with the theme of the night, Bates also from Georgia. She's from Augusta.
Yeah, the whole sporting world will be looking that way in about 4.5 weeks.
They're gonna miss 1-1.
There's Ava Wilson, who stayed in the game for defensive purposes out in right field. Cintron is on the bench right now, but if she has to come up, clutch spot to hit, she can. But right now, it's Wilson's game out there in right field. Wilson's, like I said earlier, is a very good player. He's just waiting for a chance to get in here. She's one of those 5 or so really good outfielders that the Tigers have at their disposal.
Good problem to have if you're Clemson. Catch is made by Bro for the out.
Did they throw a grin on her face? I love this. She jumped, but I don't think the feet left the ground. One foot looked like it just kept on the ground the whole time. I like that. No need in jumping any higher than you have to.
Whatever gets the job.
Pace yourself, young players.
Here's Parody, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Laying and a miss.
Is it just me, or has Manus gotten better each inning?
She has definitely settled in. The first 3 reached, and then really after that, she's been in control. She's retired 5 in a row.
Yeah.
(3-1) on Parody.
Then as I open my big mouth and say, and talk about how she's doing so much better. 3-1 count.
Slow roller to short. Chanel scoops and fires. 2 away. Were you superstitious?
Extremely. I didn't call it superstitious. I called it careful. But I had a certain place I always sat, and certain things I did.
So, like, how extreme are we talking? Like same socks?
No. No, we're not talking that. No, but I had like certain place to sit, and there were certain things you didn't say. There's the final out of the inning.
This is now 7 in a row put away by Manis. 4-0, Clemson on top. It's this weekend with Georgia Tech rolling into town, and then you got Louisville, Notre Dame. Notre Dame will be in South Bend.
Yeah, but it's very important. If you look at the Georgia Tech series and the Louisville series, those are the first two ACC weekends that Clemson has. They're both here, and it is very important for them to get off to a good conference start by playing very well both of those weekends and racking up some wins, because they got to go on the road after that. Got a couple of midweekers wedged in there. We got Winthrop from up near Charlotte coming down here for a midweeker 1 week, and then the midweek of spring break, the Tigers pack up and go to Cullowhee, North Carolina.
See the line tonight for Chanel. How did you view midweek games?
Well, midweek games, back in my day, because we only usually carried 3 or 4 pitchers, I rested my starting pitching midweek. I thought they would get a better workout in the pen with their coach in a controlled environment than risking them going out there and catching a line drive off the shin. You know what I mean? But I didn't have the depth that these guys have now.
That ball smoked, but foul.
She turned on that one, didn't she?
Nearly hit the third base umpire, Coach Rittman down there.
Yeah, well, Coach Rittman is deceivingly slow.
Have you told him that?
Oh, gosh, yes. I mean, he gets a horrible jump on it and
look, he's smiling.
Gets slower from there. Well, he knows. He probably knows we're talking about it right now.
Outside for ball 4.
One thing about Johnny Ballgame, he is very, very familiar with me. We go back about 30 years. There he is. Look at him in that black. Wish we could get him to sing A Boy Named Sue for us.
How much has the sport of softball grown from when you guys first started to what we have today?
It is amazing, and it is it makes your soul feel good. It's so good for these young women. These young women today owe such a debt to the young women of 30 or 40 years ago that were having to, at times, drive their own cars to games. Now, I never had to do that. Kennesaw State never had to do that, but the generation before us, there were some schools that if they were going to get to a ballpark, they had to drive.
Yeah, vans, not just buses.
Vans and everything. And we coaches, we had to drive the vans to the game and then drive home.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about 30-minute trips.
Right.
And we would drive 4 hours to Georgia Southern and play a doubleheader and then drive home. That's how dumb we were.
It's a full day right there. Top of the order. Bunt attempt. That's
they're
foul.
working on their short game.
What makes a good bunter?
You got to be able to control the bat. You got to have good hands and eyes and be able to control that bat.
That's Chanel on second.
It is such a lost art in today's game because everybody is so power conscious.
You think it'll come back?
I don't see it coming back anytime soon because everybody loves the long ball. And the long ball's great for the game, don't get me wrong. And the players, the softball players, are bigger and stronger than they ever have been before. You got to remember, back in the 70s and 80s, fast pitch softball was a 1-0 game, 2-1 game. Now they're scoring and people running and all that kind of stuff.
That's rifled up the middle. Chanel gets waved home. She scores. It's a 5-run lead for Clemson thanks to the RBI single by Brockenbrough.
Now, I don't want to jinx anybody, but Clemson Tigers are one base runner away. As you see, Brockenbrough drive that ball up the middle. Chanel scores with no problem. But 3 more runs ends this game. And as a coach, you kind of think about those things. First thing you want to do is get a 1-run lead. Then you want to get a 2-run lead. Then you want to get a 3-run lead. And then you want to get a et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now they're comfortably separated from their opponent 5 runs. A grand slam cannot tie them. So now you want to start thinking about putting it away.
Pavesi had a single last time she was up. So 6-game hitting streak for the freshman. This is a Clemson team and program nearly won 50 games a season ago.
And we're very close to making it to Oklahoma City. They gave the eventual national champion, University of Texas, a run for their money in Austin. Everybody here was very, very proud.
As they should have been. Two-one. Smoke to right field. Pavesi goes deep. It's a 7-run lead for Clemson.
And partner, she got all of that one. That was a 2-iron right out of here. Off the netting of the scoreboard. It was hit very, very hard. And now the Tigers are starting to taste it. Watch how quickly this ball gets out of here. Watch this swing. Bang! Total control. And you see how it just jumps out of here? Goes right off the netting in the scoreboard.
Fourth home run of the season for the freshman. And now the College of Charleston. Looks like they'll make a change in the circle here. Or no, it's still Riley Cutter.
Yeah, there's no changes. I just think they're trying to settle things down.
Right. Because the point you made a moment ago, now Clemson just a run away from securing a victory. There is activity in the bullpen for the Cougars. That is Kendall Thaxton from right down the road in Greenville warming up.
How about that? I started out at Tennessee State and transferred to Charleston. East Tennessee State, excuse me.
The batter, this is Collins. He's got a couple hits tonight,
including a double. What about a double and a single to end this thing? You know they don't pay us by the hour.
You'd be hoping for extra innings every game.
Yeah.
Popped up. Third base side, Sitterding makes the catch. That's the second out. As Noller will step in for Clemson. Noller 0 for 2, but she walked last time she was up. Jumps on the first pitch. It's high and deep. If it's gone, the ball game's over. It's off the top of the wall. Noller with a stand-up 2-out double. Inches away from ending this ball game.
I thought it was out of here. I really thought that ball was out of here. The heavy damp air of the night had it come. I think it hit the top of the wall. But Nola hit it very, very well. You will see a pinch runner come in for her.
Look how close this was.
Oh.
Instead, it's her 4th double of the season.
Trying to get a number on the pinch runner. Is that Taylor? Is that Pipkins? Is that Pipkins? Yeah, that's Taylor Pipkins, reserve infielder, sophomore.
So she's the game-winning run.
Yep. And if you're Ava Wilson right now, who's in the game for defensive purposes for Centron, you just want to hit a single. Just get a good swing.
This is the first at-bat tonight for Wilson, and a big swing and a miss.
Yep. Coach Rittman telling her to settle down, take a deep breath. This would be a great spot, a big boost for her confidence. She was able to poke one through here.
Another healthy hack. It's 0-2.
Yep. Gotten way behind. And she needs guard the plate. That's the name of the game now. Well, she called time one-handed that time, partner. We've already seen her do it two-handed.
Yeah, no field goal this time.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. A strikeout, second strikeout for Cutter. But Clemson finally creates separation here in the 5th. Thanks to the freshman Pavesi, drives it deep to right field. The lead is 7 after 5. Cards at home this weekend against Monmouth. Then you got midweeks against Appalachian State, South Carolina Upstate, before conference play resumes on the road at Campbell. One of the best nicknames in the country, the Fighting Camels.
Yes, and they are the defending champions of that league.
And a new pitcher in the circle. 3rd different pitcher used for Clemson tonight. This is the freshman out of Texas, Crosby.
You see there, she's got a 3.0 ERA. She's pitched 21 innings. Only 8 strikeouts, and 5 walks. 21 innings. That's not great, not bad.
Well, the big thing you alluded to earlier, 3rd different pitcher, just trying to get different people involved before this weekend.
Absolutely.
Manus went 3 innings in relief, only gave up 1 hit, struck out 3. Dunning got the start tonight, and she went the first 2 innings.
Yep. And the biggest takeaway I have from this game is that they've swung the bat a little better as the game's progressed. I love what I saw with Manus in terms of getting better and knocking off any rust that she might have had. And now it would be great if Crosby could come out here and get them 3 quick outs, and maybe they could come in and get something going in the bottom of the 6th.
Top of the order, Conroy has been aboard twice. What a bright future she has. Already over 400, 2nd most stolen bases in the country.
Yeah. Wish I knew if their mom and dad were here, or her mom and dad were here, and I'd ride home with them, where I could sleep.
You're so close. Then you'll turn around and you'll be back this weekend.
Yeah, that's
softly hit. Crosby over to first, 1 away.
What can I say? I'm a slave to my trade.
No other place you'd rather be, right? Especially
Seriously?
conference play.
No, sir. I love it. For me, it's every day at the ballpark is a great day.
Miller, first pitch, softly hit to third. Bro scoops and fires. It is not in time. An infield single for Miller.
That was close. But you don't make too much noise about it up 7. But that was close. Bro did a very good job of making this a close play. She beat it.
And that's why we have the double bags at first base. I like the addition, don't you?
Yeah, it cleans up a lot of things, you know. Purists and old people like me are going to say, well, we don't need it, but it just cleans up a lot of things. Particularly when your base path is only 60 feet.
Yeah. Here's the sophomore Langston out of Atlanta. Made the freshman team last year in the CAA. If you are drafting cities or states for talented softball players, Georgia and Atlanta has to be close to the top.
Well, metropolitan Atlanta is rich. I mean, California is still the place that produces the most. And the state of Texas is outstanding. The state of Florida is good. And the state of Georgia is right there among them. And the metropolitan Atlanta area especially. That 70-mile radius.
Lifted to center field. It's down for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here for the Cougars.
That's the firmest hit ball they've had tonight.
So the Cougars had 2 hits. The first 5 and a third. 2 in a row here in the 6th.
And they again, they're, Crosby's trying to get settled in. You got to remember, this is her first inning of work in a few days.
Misses. 2-0.
Now we're going to go out there. I like this. I like seeing Hicks go out there and just say, hey, come on now, just settle down. Get me a ground ball. The defense will do everything else. Manus won a game this past Saturday against Mississippi State where she induced 13 ground ball outs. And people don't understand, for a coach, that is like beautiful.
How about a 6-4-3 double play ball? You just spoke it into existence.
Yes, and I want you to watch the way that the shortstop, Chanel, makes this happen. This is talent.
It's a 7-run lead for Clemson. We'll take a look at the double play when we return. Double play, walk us through it, Scott.
Hit sharply up the middle. Look at, you see what Chanel did right there? Field ball made a great flip and a great turn by Collins. That's how you do it. And a nice stretch, too, by the rookie over there at first base. And that right there is a pitcher's best friend. Makes a lot of mistakes go away.
We got a change at the plate here for Clemson.
That's Kennedy Ariel leading off this inning.
Junior out of Cumming, Georgia. This is the 6th spot in the lineup. This is her first at-bat of the season.
How about that?
Mostly comes in the pinch run. She's scored 9 runs this season.
She gets a base hit here. Tomorrow morning, she's in the coach's office talking in NIL. I'm hitting 1,000.
hit that far. Aren't you glad you never had to worry about those conversations when you were coaching?
You have no idea.
Pretty good swings here. It's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, well, she is a Division I softball player. She just hasn't had a chance to get in and get swings.
That's upstairs. She has 4 hits in her career. This is the 20th plate appearance in her career. Staying alive. Two-two, swing and a miss. That is back-to-back strikeouts in the circle for Cutter.
Got her with an up pitch. Swung right over the top of that one. Or right under that one, excuse me. That thing was helmet bill high. Got Sam Minish stepping in as a pinch hitter here.
Her first at bat.
She caught practically every inning for the Tigers this past weekend. She's a Swiss Army knife of a player. Plays in the outfield, catches, could play first base in a pinch. She's a Georgia product, but she's not from the metro area. She's from Hull, Georgia, which is, I would say, relatively close to Athens, Georgia.
Two-oh, foul back. I bet if somebody gave you a map of the state of Georgia, I bet you could figure it out pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly.
You would pass with flying colors?
That's the back in the day when you had to get in your car and drive everywhere.
GPS.
Yeah. Had to read a road map. You mention a road map to a young person these days, they'll stare at you like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. GPS is one of the best inventions that we have.
Oh.
That's high for ball 4.
GPS and also the ability to just punch in a name for a phone call.
Right.
Nobody knows anybody's phone number now. They punch them in.
That's true.
And they tell Siri to call them.
How many do you know by heart? I think I'm 5.
Counting mine? That's like 4.
Here's Chanel.
I know my mama's. God bless her, she's still alive.
I still know my home phone number. My parents don't have that landline anymore.
Yeah, Mama does. My mother does. She never did make the transition into the wireless age. If it was up to her, she'd still have a rotary phone. Oof.
That one hits Chanel.
Yeah. Take that, double play. Of course, there was no malice meant, but I
2 runners on base for Clemson. Here's the replay.
And you see right where she wears it right between them. Oh, right on that shoulder. And we got another pitch hitter coming up. This looks like, I think it's Sarah. Is that 37? Isn't that Roshulo?
Roshulo, that's right.
Yeah.
Out of Fort Mills, South Carolina.
How much fun does this have to be for her?
Jumps on the first pitch in the air to left field. It is brought in for the second out by Cannon.
All right, this is going to bring up Brockenbrough. Now I'm going to give you a little simulation in coaching. Right now, in this situation, if you're a base coach, you tell the runner Chanel at first base, you get to second base and you stay there. You tell
Doesn't matter.
You tell the hitter, you run straight through first base, and you tell the runner at Minish out there at second base, you're scored unless I tackle you. And that's it. You don't want to make any outs except at home plate.
Minish the game-winning run, top of the order, softly hit. Cutter elects to go to first in time for the final out. So we played 6 completes. College of Charleston down to their final 3 outs when we return. Top of the 7th, Clemson leading College of Charleston 7-0.
Yep.
And we got a lot of movement. We got a new pitcher in the circle. That is Lexi Hames, a freshman out of Harmony, Pennsylvania. She is the 4th different pitcher utilized tonight for the Tigers.
And I'd love to see her have a good night. She injured her index finger on her throwing hand early in her outing this past weekend and didn't get out of the first inning. So I think it would be just huge for her if she were able to come in and have a clean inning. And you see that Roshulo's over in left field.
Came in to pinch hit a moment ago. Albany takes strike 1. And then Minish is behind the plate catching for Clemson. Coming in for Hicks.
Everybody in that first base dugout's pulling for this young woman, Hames, right now. Like I said, she had a very tough outing due to an injury just 4 days ago. Two-one count.
Hit in the air down the right field line. Diving effort and out of the reach, barely of Wilson. So close to a spectacular catch.
That was a great effort.
Just when she hit the ground, it popped out.
It was in her glove for a while, wasn't it?
It was. 2-2, foul back. Remember, Wilson didn't start the game. She's now out there in right field.
Came in for defensive, well, pinch ran for Centron and stayed in for defensive purposes.
Now a 3-2 count. The 3-2. Inside for ball 4.
That is not what you want with a 7-run lead in the 7th. You'd rather see her hit a double off the wall and take a walk.
Going back to how this game started.
I used to tell pitchers all the time, the game is rigged in your favor.
How so?
The greatest hitters in the world make outs 65% of the time.
Yeah.
If you throw strikes.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean by that. I mean, you hit 350, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I mean, you know, you hit 300, you make 7 outs every 10 times. The only way that you can reach base is like this.
Looks like we might have a change at first base, and we will with a 2-0 count.
Okay. Getting somebody a little work in there. That's number 10.
Riley Burton out of Lancaster, South Carolina.
No, that's Haley Wolkowski.
Yeah, I was looking at
Wolski.
wrong roster. It is Wolski.
I don't know how y'all do it in Oxford, but you know we call them by the name on the lineup.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Makes it easier.
It helps.
Got a 3-0 count here on Cannon. And it's pumped in for strike 1.
I would throw that pitch 9 times in a row.
That was the most velocity we've seen tonight. That was 70.
Right there, and it was on the outside part of the plate, and it was a strike.
There it is, 2 times in a row. Popped up, shallow center field, where it's brought in by Brockenbrough.
Come running in and told everybody to get out of the way.
That's what you want from a center fielder, isn't it?
Yep.
In control.
What do you want to call this hitter? You want to use her name or somebody else's?
Make somebody up. Here's Bates. She's 0 for 2 tonight.
You can't have fun, don't come to the ballpark.
It's supposed to be fun.
You doggone right.
On the field and in the booth.
And I'll tell you what, I love working here. The production crew is fantastic. The camera people. They do a super job here. A lot of things have to take place for a broadcast that nobody ever knows about.
It's an army of people that put together a show.
And let 2 knuckleheads like you and I sit up here and talk.
Yep. Hot shot, nice snag over to first base in time. That's the 2nd out.
Yeah. I think that Hames was terrified. That ball got back to her so fast, she didn't even think about turning 2.
She probably had a chance, too.
Yes, but that ball came flying back. She took the sure out. I don't blame her one bit. That's exactly what you do, is you be sure of the out.
Parody steps in, and that gets past the new catcher, Minish. Wolski trots over to third base.
Well, I don't think anybody was going to catch that one, though.
Yeah, that was a couple feet in front of home plate.
Yeah, that was your basic 54-footer.
Catch is made in the circle by Hames. Clemson comes out on top 7-0 over the College of Charleston in the first meeting ever between these 2 programs.
It was a solid night for the pitching of Clemson. It was great to see Hames come in and recover from the adversity she had with that leadoff walk. Now everything gets very real for both of these teams as conference play starts on Friday. Monmouth goes down to Charleston to play College of Charleston, and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets make the drive up I-85 to come right here for 3.
Well, that'll do it for us from Clemson tonight. From a partner, Scott Whitlock, for our wonderful crew. Graham Doty signing off from Clemson, where the Clemson Tigers victorious 7-0 over the College of Charleston.